Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and we're going to take this player satisfaction survey. Start the stream. Now, this might take a while. I heard there's like 70 questions. You don't have to take it with me, but we can do it, if you want to follow along. Player satisfaction survey. Thank you for taking the time to give your feedback on Dead by Daylight. The purpose of this survey is to measure player satisfaction and your opinions on several topics pertaining to Dead by Daylight. It should take about approximately 20 minutes to complete. Your responses help us to continue to improve the game. By clicking next, you acknowledge that the information and answers provided through this survey will not be shared with any third party and will not be used for other purposes than survey analysis in compliance with behaviors privacy policy. The Dead by Daylight development team. Boom! Here we go. Overall, how satisfied are you with Dead by Daylight? I would say very. To what extent do you agree with the following? Dead by Daylight is fun. Dead by Daylight is worth the time I spend on it. Dead by Daylight is fair. No. There is eruption, so I move that down a tick. Eruption. Here we go. Next. In what country do you reside? Canada. Roles, experience, and platforms. Which role do you play the most? I would say Survivor mostly. On which platforms do you play Dead by Daylight? PC, Google Stadia. I could put mobile, but I really haven't played it very much. So I think fairest is just to leave it as PC only. Which platforms do you own? Oh, okay. So here we go. Mobile and Google Stadia. PC, Switch, mobile device, and Stadia. When did you start playing Dead by Daylight? All the way back in 2016, youngins. There we go. How often do you play Dead by Daylight with friends? Well, I would say, gosh, even if I'm playing Killer, then I can't play with friends. So I think I'm still going to put always. I think that's the fairest assessment. So, how many days a week do you spend? Oh, wait. How many days a week do you spend playing at least 30 minutes of Dead by Daylight? Yeah, 6. How many days a week do you spend playing at least 30 minutes of other video games? Throw to 1. Yes. I'm a Renaissance man. Here we go. Next. How would you rate your experience with matchmaking in the last 3 months? The opponents you were matched against, the skill level. Yeah, I think that's been pretty good. Don't have any issues there. Been a lot worse. Teammates matched with. Yeah, that's been pretty good too. Yeah. Some big improvement there. There was a time where if I played duos, that I would feel like we got matched with 2 new people. So I'm going to go positive. Matchmaking time. This is really, really positive. This is one of the best improvements of the year, if you ask me. Dead by Daylight is the matchmaking time. Next, all thanks to those matchmaking incentives. Forged in the Fog. Have you tried the latest chapter of Dead by Daylight? Let's see. Do I tick all these? Yes, I played the Survivor. Yes, I played the Killer. Yes, I have played against the Knight. All right. How did you hear about this chapter? Influencer. Where's it? Fog Whisperer. Where's it? Where's it? I don't know how to answer this. How do I answer this? I guess I saw it on social media. Next. How satisfied were you with the latest chapter? Neutral. Overall, how satisfied are you with each of the following? The general theme of the chapter, the gameplay as the killer, the gameplay against the killer, the technical performance of the chapter. Well, comes the hard ones. Here comes the fastballs, kids. What are we going to say here? All right, general theme of the chapter. Now, I know this, like, a lot of people wanted medieval. It wasn't a theme that I really wanted. And I'm thinking back on it, and I'm like, I'm kind of thinking, horror is different to different people. And I was just like, I don't really like this medieval thing. It isn't for me. But then I look back and I see, like, we had a Western chapter, and I was perfectly fine with it. And I didn't have any complaints over having a cowboy. So I just wonder, why is it different for me? I don't know. Not sure. But there were a lot of people who really were excited for medieval, and I don't know. I just never really got into it at all. Andy Offendo, thank you so very much. General theme of the chapter. I'm gonna go dissatisfied. Gameplay as the killer, neutral. Gameplay against the killer, well, I mean, I don't think he's that great, so I guess I'm happy to face him. I don't know. Technical performance of the chapter, well, it kind of was like it went over like a fart in church. I'm going to be real about it, folks. So we're going to go dissatisfied with the technical performance. There's a lot of bugs. Did you play Dead by Daylight prior to acquiring this chapter? Yes, I actively play Dead by Daylight. When did you first play Forged in the Fog? On launch day. Perk descriptions, nowhere to hide. Damaging a generator allows you to see the auras within 24 meters for 5 seconds. Hex, face the darkness. All other survivors will scream every 25 seconds if they're outside the killer's terror radius, revealing their auras for 2 seconds once you injure a survivor by any means, if there's a dull totem still remaining. Hubris. When you're stunned by the survivor, they're exposed for up to 20 seconds and it has a cooldown of 20 seconds. How would you rate the following perks in terms of usefulness? Nowhere to hide is very useful. I watched somebody using it today in concert with Lethal Pursuer, and oh man, the auras were lighting up like a Christmas tree wherever the survivors were hiding. That's very, very valuable. This one, I'm not, I don't think this one is great. The Face the Darkness, and I would say that Hubris is maybe in between. I'm between moderately and very on that one. There's some value there. What potential does each new killer perk have to work well with other character perks synergistically? Well, nowhere to hide, considerable, because I told you, like, you can combine that with lethal and see them for even longer. And I would say that hubris also has considerable synergy because you can combine that with spirit fury and get the pallet bumped over your head, and then and enduring, and then you have the survivor exposed. So I think that's very valuable. Can't really think of any synergy for Face the Darkness, so I'm just gonna say little chance for that one. How would you rate the quality of the following features? The night, the character appearance. I don't really like the long hair coming through the visor. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like the look of him at all. And then where he's got like this collarbone showing the gaps in his armor, and he looks like he's pale as a vampire. I don't really like it. So, if it had come out like the way the expensive legendary skin, not legendary, but with ultra rare, if that was his base, I'd be like, wow, he looks really good. But the base one, I don't really like, so I'm gonna go low quality. The night power, I don't know. I feel like on open maps, it's just really, really hard to use. So I don't know. I'm kind of in between low and neither on that one. The character backstory for the night was just so. I don't didn't move me, So, how engaging do you find the general feel and theme of the night? A little engaging. Next. Relative to other killers, how powerful do you feel the knight is? I would say somewhere between weaker and slightly weaker than the average killer. Um, I go with weaker. Remembering how I got owned as Freddy the other night, making me want to go slightly weaker. All right. The following is a list of qualities that may or may not apply to any given killer. Please evaluate to what degree each statement is true of the knight. The killer can surprise attack survivors with no warning. Like, just on his own? I would say, oh. This killer's power reduces the effectiveness of pallet loops. Yes, that's mostly true. This killer's power reduces the effectiveness of hiding out of sight. Yes, I would say that's very true because the guards will just find them immediately. Um, the killer's power creates audio cues that give survivors enough time to react. Yeah, I would say that's definitely true because you can hear him pathing and be holding W to run away. This killer's power creates visual cues that give survivors enough time to react. Yeah, with the radius of the guards. Yes. This killer is difficult to master. Maybe a little true. This killer's power allows the controlling player to take down survivors passively. I guess he could if, they're injured and the guard gets them. So I would say that mostly true. This killer relies a great deal on luck to injure the survivors. I don't think so. Killer must remain focused in order to use this killer effectively. Well, I mean, you do have to be aware of where survivors are going. I'd say mostly true. Killer benefits from random environmental events. Perhaps where the guards can go through the vaults and the pallets and things. If survivors were using Survive with Friends, this would not help them against this killer. Yeah, I'd say that's true. I don't think there's an advantage to having Survive with Friends against the knight. Sorry, what are we doing? Mostly true. When this killer power activates, they are guaranteed to injure a survivor. I would say no, definitely not. Next. Perk descriptions, potential energy. Okay. After repairing for 8 uninterrupted seconds, press the active ability to convert 1.5% of repair progress into tokens up to a maximum of 20 tokens. Gather your potential energy. Fog wise. See the killer's aura when hitting a great skill check. Quick Gambit. Man, I have not used this one at all. Quick Gambit increases the repair speed of any other survivor by 8% while you're being chased within 24 meters. How fun is it to play with the following perks? Gosh, I mean, I haven't used Quick Gambit at all, so not at all. I don't know. Like a prove thyself on the move, I guess, right? Yeah, I do like Fogwise, so I'm going to say very. Put down not applicable. All right, because I haven't played it, so I can't judge it. So potential energy, somewhat. What potential does each survivor perk have to work well with other character perks synergistically? So how could I combine I don't know, like a quick gambit and maybe the boon shadow step or something? I don't know. Little chance of synergy. Fogwise. What could I combine Fogwise with? Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I guess if I wanted like a super aura, I could like use alert or something and know like where killer is all the time. Stakeout. What could I combine potential energy with? All right, here we go. How would you rate the following features? The character appearance. Vittorio, the Zaddy. Very high quality Zaddy you have delivered to us. Prove thyself is great with on potential energy. I think moderate is okay. Both of those. All right, maybe I'll move these up. The very high quality Zaddy, the perks. Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. I like there's something different for sure. Especially the potential energy is very something different. I like them. Backstory is just so. How engaging do you find Torio? Little, moderately. There we go. What is your experience playing on the Shattered Square map? So I guess like how much have I played on the map? This is asking. How much experience do I have playing on the Shattered Square map? Well, I've played Survivor on it since they reinstated it like once. Killer 3 times. I'll just say some. Overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the gameplay on the Shattered Square map? I don't know. I think it's too big. I think, I mean, for as a Survivor, it's like palette heaven, so that's good. And this Killer, I think it's too big. I would say satisfied as Survivor. Wide open spaces. And this Killer, nah. Hey, nay. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following? The Shattered Square map fits naturally with Dead by Daylight gameplay. I don't think like out of place necessarily. Shattered Square map matches the general feeling of Dead by Daylight. Well, there's a lot of death around. Dead peoples. The Shattered Square map is fun to play matches on. I mean, I don't know yet because I haven't played it enough. Shattered Square map is visually appealing. Well, I don't really like the red. Red is like still a lot. Shattered. I mean, if they hadn't changed the red, I'd be putting it into the degree. At least they did something to it. The Shattered Square map gives me opportunities to use multiple different strategies. Yeah, I think so. Because there's falling points and vaults, and yeah, it has a lot of different types of structures, so I think that's okay. What is the likelihood you would do each of the following? Use an offering to summon the Shattered Square map. Unlikely. Leave a map match on this map as soon as possible. I mean, what does that mean? Is that implying DC? What does that mean? Leave as soon as possible. Am I gonna stick around to sightsee? I don't know what this means. I'm not gonna DC, so. Compared to other outdoor maps, for example, Dead Dog Saloon, Yamaoka State, how easy or difficult are the following? Okay, now, Dead Dog, like I always know where I am on that map. Leave as soon as possible. Well, I would say very unlikely if that's what they mean is. Oh, not gonna be. I always know where I am on Dead Dog, so that's a big one. Same with Yamaoka. I don't feel like things are hard to find on there. Finding generators. So how easy or difficult are the following? Find generators. Talking about on the Shattered Square. I don't think it's that hard to find generators. Finding hooks again. I don't know. I haven't played it enough. Didn't remember having trouble finding hooks. Navigating around the map, maybe a little bit. Like this is too difficult. I don't know. Like I need like a memorizing the layout of the map. Well, it's pretty big, and I don't really understand the building yet either. Like where to go in and out of the buildings. I don't understand that. Escaping a killer in a chase. Well, I mean, if you have pallets, not bad. Navigating around the map, I'm going to put it at too difficult for now. Entering a survivor in a chase, yeah, I would say that that's hard because of all the amount of pallets. A lot of resources. Finding a hiding spot. Well, there's a lot of bushes to hide in. Seeing the survivors from afar. I don't feel like it's easy to see where survivors are in long distances. Controlling the generators, I would say that it's like too too big. Too big. Control gens. In what way, if any, does the size of the map impact the following activities? Uh yes. Too big to find generators. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because you have good spacing for this. I don't feel like the hooks are too far apart. Navigating around the map, memorizing the layout of the map, much too big. Escaping a killer in a chase, yeah. Injuring a survivor in a chase, big. Finding a hiding spot when the killer is nearby, just right. Seeing survivors from afar. Didn't we just like talk about this? Too big. Controlling generators, yes. If any, what were your main points of frustration with the shattered square map? Too big, too big. Structures. Structures on the edge of the map look like killer shacks, but they aren't in play. They're part of the border, of the map border. Just confusing. I went and shoveled some of my neighbor's driveways and made $80. Holy cow. Come do mine, Zachary. What is your experience with the Dead by Daylight mobile? I have played a Dead by Daylight mobile in the past, but not recently. I did play it one time on the beta, but other than that, it's been a while. I just went through and updated my game and bought a lot of cosmetics and things that I didn't have before they swap over. Please rank which of the following features currently exist in Dead by Daylight Mobile that you would like to see implemented in core gameplay. Oh, killer bots. Okay, so what are we doing? We're ranking these by number then. Number 1. What do we have here? Chat stickers. Survivor disconnect bots. Wow. We want survivor disconnect bots. Squad and squad events. Outfits that are available on mobile that are yes, that. I want that. That is number 1. That is the number 1 thing that I want. Outfits that are available on mobile that are not currently available on core. Can I make this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? That's what I want. I want that. Perk and loadout filters, player avatars, cat stickers. I don't care about that. What else? Make it all the numbers. Can I just hit next from that to emphasize how strongly I want that? This ritual one's interesting. I would like to see killer bots. Rituals. I don't know if I want survivor bots or not. Survivor disconnection bots. Am I on 4? Perk loadout and filters. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. There we go. We're living with that. Boom. How often do you encounter cheating? Rarely. I would say about never. Never. Solo, it's almost never. The following questions pertain to the Halloween event, Haunted by Daylight, that took place in game October 13th to November 3rd. Did you play in the Halloween event? I sure did. At your bippy. Overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied were you? Yeah, I liked it. I liked the Halloween. How clear was it to collect void energy during the event as a killer? Yeah, I don't think I had a problem figuring it out from either side, really. Overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the void energy gameplay during the Haunted by Daylight event? The only thing I didn't really like is that you had to like stop in the middle once you're like, oh, I'm full. I gotta go and deposit it. I didn't like the deposit system. Okay, be satisfied. How appealing were the following cosmetics? The gaming rib cage. Okay, so these are all. Yeah, they were all cool. Oh, I liked them all. I thought they did a good job on all of those. Complaints about any of them. I even have in real life T-shirts for Kane and Fung Min, right? In a few words, if you could change one thing about Dead by Daylight, what would it be? Allow players to use iridescent shards to obtain limited time event cosmetics. What potential do the following features have to impact your excitement for Dead by Daylight? A new type of gameplay in in-game events. Impact your excitement. Oh, I mean, we don't know what we like until we see it, right? But that sounds exciting. What is this PvE PvP? So this is player versus player and player versus environment? What's PvE? Help the old man out there, youngins. New game objectives. Different types of rewards in the archives. Yeah. The ability to obtain community created cosmetics. Yeah. Increase the frequency of game events. Yeah. It is player versus environment. Okay. Ranked mode. No, I don't care about ranked mode. No, I don't care about that at all. Improve graphics. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Increase the frequency of community related events. I don't know. Depends on what that is. Like community cups. I don't care. Depends on what a community related event is. Community cups. I don't care at all. So it depends on what that means. So, new type of gameplay in in-game events. Yeah, those are cool, like snowmans and things like that. Oh, hello. Hi. Thank you, Streamloots, for reminding me that nobody's bought any packs for 45 minutes, but we're busy doing something. Thank you. Okay. PvE. New PvP game mode. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, these all sound like great ideas, but once we see what it is, we don't know if we like it or not until we do it. New game objectives. Hmm. So I'm just going to put moderate for community-related events, because I don't know what that means. Community-related event. I don't know. Next. From what medium would you like to see new licensed outfits introduced? Real life, video games, comics, manga, anime, books, TV, or movies? Licensed outfits. Movies, please. I would like to see Doctor. Okay, here we go. What is one new license you? Okay, I want Dr. Sam Loomis for Halloween. What is one new license that you would like to see for licensed outfits? I'm gonna leave it at that. One. In the archives, it says new license though. Does it? Did it? I failed. In the archives, how clear is it that you can now select a survivor challenge and a killer challenge? Yeah, I thought that was pretty clear. Tells you this little pop-up. If any, what was unclear? No, it was clear. It was clear. Press space to do both. Overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the gameplay from the Eyrie of Crows map? This is very interesting because we've already had kind of a sneak peek that they're changing this map in the PTB, because the screenshot that we saw of the little icons of what are my teammates doing, in the background you could see that the breakable wall and the vault had flipped positions. So they made the window less safe to be able to run an infinite around the building. So it's interesting that they're asking us what we think about this map when it seems pretty clear that they're changing it. So as a killer, yeah, this is a bad map. As a survivor, I'm very satisfied with how it plays. It's one of my favorite maps to play on as survivor because it's very safe. Up until that point, I would say Dead Dog was my favorite map. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following? The Area of Crows map fits naturally with Dead by Daylight gameplay. Yeah. The Area of Crows map matches the general feeling of Dead by Daylight. I like all the graveyard. I think that's cool. Desert. I like the theme of it and everything. Fun to play matches on. Well, I guess it depends on which side of the map of the game you're playing. Visually appealing. Yeah, I really like the way it looks. Gives me opportunities to use multiple strategies. Yeah, whenever I feel like it, I can just bust out my boil over, go up to the corner where the killer can't hook me. So that's fun. Fun to play matches on. I mean, I would say yes, but the killers aren't having too much fun on it. I guess I'm gonna have to go neutral. I mean, the aesthetic and everything, just the balance and fairness. I don't think I can, good conscience, say that it's good, fair, and everything, fun for everyone. What is the likelihood you would use an offering? Oh yeah, I would definitely use an offering. Leave the match? No. I mean, the game that we played where the artist just went into a snowman and waited for the game to be over, pretty well tells you everything you need to know. How fun this map is to play for killer. How easy is it to find generators? Yeah, it's very easy to find generators. Finding hooks? Well, depends. I think they need an extra hook up top, personally. Navigating around the map. It's another map where I don't ever feel like I don't know where I am on the map. It's very easy. Memorizing, yes. Escaping the killer, yes. Injuring a survivor, too difficult. Finding a hiding spot. Now, the hiding spot thing isn't the easiest on that map, I will say. It's not too easy to hide. There are some rocks. So we're just going to say there. Seeing survivors from afar. I think it's okay. Patrolling generators. Kind of a bigger map in my head anyway. I don't know. I think it's okay. In what way does any of the size of the map impact the following? Finding generators. I think it's okay to find. There's maybe slightly too big. Navigating around the map. Memorizing. I think it's all right. Escaping a killer in a chase. Injuring a survivor. Else. Finding a hiding spot. Seeing survivors from afar. Patrolling. 54, everybody, and we're only been here for 37 minutes to take this 20-minute survey. On which official Dead by Daylight platform would you like to find the following content? Huh? Oh. So where do I want to see these tutorials? Huh. Tips. Event gameplay. Probably YouTube. How the archives work. I mean, these all sound like how to be part of the PTB. I do, more than one or what? Boop, boop. Okay. More than one. How to be part of the PTB. Dead by Daylight terminology. Tips for interacting with objects. That sounds like that can be something short. Item use explanation. That's unless you're going to do them all in one video. Want it to be a series. Explaining offerings. Yeah, this all depends on if it's one at a time or like every offering. If you're going to talk about them one at a time, then maybe these can be short videos on socials. Menu tips. Common mistakes in gameplay. Tips for tracking. Like, I don't understand what this would be on Dead by Daylight's Twitch. Maybe if they're going to loop a video. I don't know. Assume they're going to loop videos on their channel when they're not live. Dead by Daylight terminology and map tips. Prestiging and leveling. Explaining offerings. Okay. Prestiging and leveling. That should be video. All right, we're doing them like that. Which of the following Dead by Daylight content would you find most helpful? Think event. Wow. Probably these. Go with those. Event gameplay, common mistakes in gameplay, tips for evading, tips for tracking. Map tips too. All right, we're gonna leave it at that. Map tips. Map tips, like what? Well, you know, going to show you where some people don't even know certain things are vaults and things like that, you know? You know how long it was before I knew there was a vault in the middle of the boat? Months. Which of the following Dead by Daylight content would you find least helpful? Tips for interacting with objects? Like what? Like a chest? Or a totem? I don't know. How the archives work, I guess. For me personally, I don't know. Menu tips? I don't know. Have you ever watched a Twitch stream from the official Dead by Daylight channel? Yes. Which of the following official Dead by Daylight live streams are you aware of? Anniversary, Q&A, Into the Fog, Charity, Around the Campfire. All of them. Please rank which of the following Dead by Daylight live streams you enjoy the most. Well, that's a tricky one here. I guess we're going to go Anniversary first. Q&A second. Around the Campfire is going to be last because that's not a lot of information comes out of that. It's watching the devs play the game. And these two. Guess I'm going to give Charity the edge here. Into the Fog fourth. If any, what do you appreciate most about the Dead by Daylight official live streams? See. Upcoming content, productions, and answering questions from the community. How often would you like to watch a Dead by Daylight live stream? Geez, like once a week. I have a choice, but I think it should be at least once a month, honestly. I think they're doing themselves a disservice if they aren't doing them at least once a month. I'm going to put once a week just to pick it up there. What is your preferred length of a dev stream? Yeah, it's going to be like 30 to 60 minutes. In the last 2 weeks, how have your social media habits changed on the following platforms? Twitter, I got rid of that shit because of Elon. Is that what you're looking for? Is that why this is here? You want to just put Mastodon and Hive down in here as write-in candidates? Is that what you want to know? YouTube. Let's see here. I don't know. In the last 2 weeks, I don't think I've had any change in anything really. They're preparing to switch platforms. Do you listen to podcasts from the gaming category? No. To what extent do you feel the following horror elements are present in Dead by Daylight? Horror and scary settings, unsettling ambiance, a sense of feeling of suspense and stress. Yeah, I think they're all present, and if I've played many hours as I have. How do you feel about how prominent the following horror elements are? Dead by Daylight gameplay. Stress. Is it too stressful? Occurs at a good level. Unsettling ambiance, lighting, and audio design. That's good. I mean, I think it could be a little scarier. So, I don't know. Good or somewhat not prominent enough. Be a little bit scarier. Overall, how scary do you think Dead by Daylight is? Oh, slightly? I'm between slightly and moderately. I've just played so much, right? I'm just kind of jaded to it. I still get those poop your pants moments when Myers comes out of nowhere and yanks me off a generator. I think I have to go with slightly. How likely is it that you would recommend Dead by Daylight to a friend or colleague? 10, baby. We're almost done, gang. Do you know a friend or family member or colleague who stopped playing Dead by Daylight in the last 6 months? Yes. Do I need them to put their name? Husky Swordsman, am I allowed to put your name in? Oh, never mind. Say that. Which of the following describes why this person stopped playing Dead by Daylight? Do, 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 do. They want more transparency from the developers. Their friends are not playing Dead by Daylight anymore. Gameplay feels boring. You know, that about sums it up, I would say. What is your gender? What year were you born? Go down back far enough. How would you describe your player experience level? I'm a veteran. Do you have crossplay enabled? Yes, why wouldn't I? Anything else to share? Let us know. 75 questions. Can I change my Twitter bio to Senior Fog Whisperer? Done. Look, we did it.